Hey guys, what's up? So, I want to do a rant about taking care of your things. Now, there are people out there who do take care of their belongings, and those belongings, rather their video games or instruments or something of value or game systems or whatever. There are people out there who do take care of their stuff, and those video games will last forever. As long as you take care of them, they will last forever. Now, the reason why I want to make this video and make this rant is because this is to the people who don't take care of their shit, who don't take care of their video games, and that's what we're talking about today, video games. Now, this could apply to a host of different things. It could be game consoles, video games themselves, TVs, instruments, just anything, right? As long as you take good care of it, it's going to last you a very, 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 very long time. So, I recently just bought a original Xbox, right? A console that is over 20 years old. It runs great. I bought an adapter for it. I have a controller. I have the console. I got it hooked up to my HD TV. It runs great. So far, it runs great, and I'm very happy. So, because I bought this original Xbox, as you can see right there, for mostly sports games, so it's basically a sports console, and then my PS5 that I have runs my other games like Call of Duty and Fortnite and all that kind of stuff. So, to start, I bought NHL 07, which I managed to get through a full game without it bugging out or crashing. But it did crash on me once. And then I have Madden 06. And it's crashed on me twice. Now, you would look at these game cases and be like, okay, yeah, they're in pretty good condition, right? I would argue that they're in pretty good condition. But I don't really care about the case's condition as much as I do the disc and the game themselves. And this, it's, I got original booklets in here and everything, right? This is from Madden 07. I don't know why this is in here, but whatever. I would argue, this booklet, it's in pretty good condition, But of course, you're not going to put a booklet into a game console. That's just stupid. Now here's the disc. So, you look at the front of it, right? And, alright, seems pretty good condition. Okay. But you look at the back, right? And, initially I thought, okay, disc looks to be in pretty good condition. What could possibly be wrong with it? And I looked closer, right, in the light and everything else. And when I do that, as I'm examining it right now, there are thousands. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not because of the reflection of the TV and everything. But you can kind of tell, I don't know if you can, that there's a couple of scratch marks. It's really hard to tell. I'm sorry about that. But as I'm looking at the disc, there were thousands of scratch marks. Original Xbox games are very hard to find. Original PS2 games, PS1 games, PS3 is even hard to come by now. PS4 is starting to become difficult to find. So, where I get all my used games from is a place called Everything Games. Love them. They're awesome. I go there all the time. I used to go there for Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament when I played Yu-Gi-Oh! But now I pretty much go there to trade in games that I don't play anymore and buy other games to play. And, I would look at PS4, right? I would look at the PS4 section because at one point I had a PS4 and then I got a PS5. And so I would play PS4 games on my PS5 and PS5 games on my PS5. But, of course, the PS5 games are selling, off the shelves like hotcakes because they're in perfect condition. Because PS5 games are brand fucking new. But, of course, original Xbox and anything up to PS4, are going to be used and are going to be, got some wear and tear on them maybe, right? And I'm somebody who is team original Xbox. I'm team original Xbox, team PlayStation 3, those were my consoles growing up. So to have an original Xbox again and playing original Xbox again, for me, brings a lot of joy. But when you treat your games like shit, okay? When you treat your games like shit, this is the product you get. You get crashes, and you get glitches, and you get, you have to clean the disc 100 times. It's just not worth it. If you're gonna buy a video game, okay, this goes out to everyone who treats their games like absolute shit, like they're not worth anything. If you think these games are worth pennies, you are out of your fucking mind. Because they're not. Because to the next person that buys them, you have no idea who's going to buy these. No idea. Zero clue. You want to keep your games in good condition. Rather, you want to keep them for the memories and maybe play them again one day. Or hell, you have kids of your own and you're like, hey son, let's play some NHL 07. Or let's play some Madden 06 or whatever Madden or whatever NHL game you got, right? Whatever fucking year it is, it doesn't matter. And you want to relive those memories. You can't do that if your games are scratched to hell and beaten up and fucking destroyed. And treated like trash. Because, as the old saying goes, a man's trash is another man's treasure. I am another man's treasure person. I love sports games. Madden and NHL specifically. These are my two favorite titles to play when it comes to sports games. I do like the show. I think it's a good baseball game. But 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be playing hockey or football. 9 times out of 10. And, you know, now that I've traded in all my games, this is all I got now. And I don't know how... I don't know what the chances are. Because my plan this weekend was to play these all weekend. And enjoy myself. And lock myself away in the early 2000s with an Xbox and play these classic games. And now I can't do that. Now luckily, you know, these games were $5 each. You know, not terribly expensive, but there's a reason why these aren't terribly expensive. Is because of the condition of the games is terrible. Now you can find games in good condition. I'm sure you can. They're out there. Xbox 360, fucking PlayStation, you know, PS3, PS4, you name it. But I don't want to have to clean my disc in the middle of every game and start over again because the games don't work right. And I don't plan on wasting $75 fucking dollars, because that's how much video games are now. Okay? Gamers, listen to what I am saying to you. Okay? The ones who disrespect your discs and treat them like shit. Let me tell you how much a game is now. $75. Let me repeat that. $75. That is an arm and a leg in today's world, just to get one video game. You buy one copy of Madden, $75. You buy one copy of NHL, another $75. You buy a copy of the show, another $70. Whereas you get an old console or a used console for a good price that works and runs well, you are better off getting a used console that runs well. That's point number one. Such as my original Xbox. It runs great. Turns on, works. It's hooked up to the TV. I got an adapter for it and everything. Runs great, right? My controller works. I'm set, right? I'm set to go. I'm ready to game all night. Madden and NHL all night, baby. Let's go. But I can't do that because these games are fucked. So, to the people who want to sell your games, to the ones who want to sell them and not play them anymore and get money for them, and you want to move on to other stuff, maybe you want to move on to other games. Maybe you want to move on to a different console and play something else. Okay, cool. Do that. But if you're going to do that, make sure you trade in your games in either mint condition, slightly used, or just no scratches. I mean, I don't know how hard it is to not keep your discs in good condition. All my PS5 games, and I'll show you. These are my PS5 games. I got Lego Star Wars, Elden Ring, God of War, Silent Hill 2, and the Masters. So, with the sports games that I have hockey, football, and golf. Now, compared to the discs that I just showed you, let me show you my copy of the Masters. So here it is. Right? Booklets in here and everything. And when I put my games into the console, I try to be very, very careful. Now, you can see, I don't know, maybe you can, maybe you can't. Where there's no scratches or scuffs on the disc. And that's because, for one, I hold the disc like this. I don't, I try and not touch the back of the disc here, because this is the part that gets read on the game console. And even like the outer, the rim here, you can see is in pretty good condition too. Now, there have been times where, I've kind of, bumped it a little bit and nicked it, only because trying to insert, a game disc sideways, I'm not really used to, because I'm used to just putting it in this way and not this way. So, still somewhat getting used to that. Even though I've had my PS5 for a few months. But the point I'm trying to make is my PGA Tour runs great. And that's because I've kept the disc in good condition, and I've made sure to keep the disc clean, free of smudges, free of scratches. And I'm talking about the part that the console reads in order to play the game. Because if the disc is not readable, your game's not playable. That's just how it is. Silent Hill 2, remastered, brand new game. Love this game. I treat this game like it's my own child, okay? As far as keeping it safe, keeping it free of smudges and scratches, because there will be a day where I will finish it, and I'll get rid of it probably. And if I bring it in prime or mint condition as it is right now, let's say, for example, today was the day that I finished Silent Hill 2. Somehow, by God's miracle, I finished Silent Hill 2. I bring this game in as it is. Clean case, no dents, no nicks, no nothing, right? And the disc is in great to almost damn near excellent condition because I take care of it. I can get a pretty, hefty amount of points for this. And, same with God of War Ragnarok. Very popular game right now. Can go for a lot if you sell high. And the disc is in great condition. Went over Silent Hill already. Here's Elden Ring. Guess how much Elden Ring is? $50. This is a $50 game. If you buy the base game, it's $50. The deluxe edition is $80. So of course I'm gonna go with the cheaper option. But again, take a look at the disc. Great condition. I got Lego Star Wars. And for a Lego Star Wars game that has come out in the last decade, this game is pretty damn good. See, and look, it is shining. You can see the title, as I'm holding the disc up. It's in perfect condition. Lightly played, but I've taken good care of it. I've taken good care of all these games That's why they still work. And they're going to continue to work. And they're going to last me a long time. But these games are fucked. And that's because they're scratched and nicked and beaten to hell. And I can't stand. I'm being dead fucking serious when I say this. I cannot stand people who don't take care of their video games. And that's because I'm a gamer. I love video games. Gaming is a passion of mine. It's a pastime of mine. It's something that I enjoy, you know, when I come home from a stressful day of work, or I'm just having a bad day or whatever, right? I load up one of my favorite video games, and I feel better. And I'm sure it's that way for a lot of people. So, moral of the fucking story. Take care of your fucking video games so other people can enjoy them. So that's my rant. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know this has been a bit of a longer one. But, fuck, man. Because one day, the world will go completely digital. Gaming will go completely digital. And whatever physical, copies there are left is all there's going to be. Physical media is dying, people. It's dying. And once it's dead, it'll be gone. Because we're already in the era of cloud gaming and downloads and downloading your games straight onto the console from the comfort of your home, never having to leave, never having to go to Walmart or Target or GameStop or fucking Everything Games or wherever you can get used video games. This is dying out, and one day it will be gone. And one day you are going to regret treating your games like shit. I cannot stress this enough. You will regret it. Because one day, everything's going to be digital. Can't stress that enough either. And you are going to miss the days of holding physical games in your hands, going out and buying games physically, bringing them home, loading them into your console, and playing them for hours on end. One day, that's all gonna die. I know I'm not gonna be happy when that day comes. I much rather have my games on disc anyway. I much rather have the joy of cracking these cases open, taking the disc out, right? Taking the disc out and putting it in the system. You hear that? Listen very carefully. I'm going to hold it up to the camera, or hold it up to the phone. Watch. You ready? Do it again. So here's me taking the disc out very carefully, hitting the center wheel. Right? So there's me taking it out. Here's me putting it back in. One day, that tiny little clicking sound that you hear when you put a disc back into its case will be dead and gone. Later.